Hello, my video cut out, but we are back. So we are at the point where we finished filling in the G given, U unknown, and E the equation. Now the equation is really not an equation, it's more of a definition, and all of the definitions that you need are up here. Okay, so the equation are more like definitions, so we need a definition for the y-intercept. So number one, y-intercept, what does that say? It says the y-intercept is the value. We should have the y value where the graph crosses the y-axis. Y value where the graph crosses the y-axis. Okay. Number two, X-intercept. Okay, X-int, short for intercept. Okay. So an X-intercept is the X value where the graph crosses the x-axis. X value where the graph crosses the x-axis. Okay, number three, AOS, axis of symmetry. Okay, x-axis or AOS is the vertical line that cuts the parabola in half. Okay, so it's a vertical line that cuts the parabola in half. Okay, number four, y max or the y minimum value. The y minimum or y max is the highest y value when the graph is frowning. Okay, so y max or y min, okay, if y max, okay, if it's the y max, where are we? Okay, it's the highest, it's the highest y value, okay, highest y value when the graph is frowning. Okay, so when it's frowning. Okay, if it's the y minimum, okay, y min, it's the lowest y value when the graph is smiling or opening up. Okay, so if it's a y minimum, okay, so if y min, it's the lowest y value when it's smiling. Okay, all right, so then the fifth one is the vertex, which we've listed here as number 5. Vertex is the middle point on the parabola, middle point on the parabola. Oops, maybe we can make that work here. Middle point on the parabola. Okay, all right, so the solution. Now, just like before, the equation is going to be used in the solution space, the unknown and the given. Okay, so the solution. So we have to go through our key features. So 5 of them. There's one is the y-intercept, and then we're going to refer back to the definition. It's the y value where the graph crosses the y-axis. Okay, so get our highlighter out. Got the y value there. Okay, so the y-axis and the blue graph, it's blue in my paper. So where do they cross? So the pink line crosses with the blue graph at y equals -16. So that's the y-intercept of -16. So the y-intercept is -16. Okay? X-intercepts, or X-int, right, is where the graph crosses the x-axis. So there's the x-axis there. So where the pink x-axis, just like the y-axis was pink, where the pink x-axis crosses over the blue, so that is right here, so that's an x equals 2, so that's an x-intercept is equal to 2 there, and an x-intercept is equal to 4. X-intercept is equal to 4, and very likely, because parabola has two sides, the left side, right side, you're going to have two intercepts. So an x-intercept equals 2 and 4, right? All right, so number 3, an AOS. So an AOS is the vertical line, so that goes up, down, that cuts the parabola in half. Okay, so if we need to, we put a ruler here. Is that the middle line, right? Like a mirror in elementary school, that doesn't cut it in half. Does it cut it in half? Yes, right here is where it's going. And you pull down to see where the x-axis is, and the x value is right above my protractor there is 3. So that's the value of the x, where the x value is cutting the graph in half. Okay, so that's an axis of symmetry. AOS is x equals 3, because that's the number right there, right? And you would say, well, is 3 exactly between 2 and 4? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so the x-axis will have to say is, okay, x equals 3, right? Number 4, a y max or y min. If a y max, it's the highest y value if it's frowning. Okay, it's a frowning. Well, this is frowning. So it's a y max, the highest y values. You're going up, you're going up, you're going up. You hit this part here. If you're hitting the middle, you are at the highest. Okay, so read over, straight across. That looks like a y value of 2. Okay, so that's the y max is equal to 2. Okay, y max is 2. So number 4, a y max is 2. All right, number 5 is the vertex. It's the middle point on the parabola. So if you say, well, I found the middle line as the axis of symmetry, and I found the highest point, well, you are at the vertex. It's where the y max and the AOS meet. Okay, so if you look at the y max and the AOS, that's exactly where the vertex is. So right here, it's a point, an x value of 3 and a y value of 1. Okay, so vertex is a x value of 3 and a y value of 1, where the point is xy. So the vertex is a point 3, 1. And if you want, you put x, y below it. Okay, so then the solution, therefore, the key or 5 key features are listed above, and their values are stated. Okay, right? You do it here, and you also do it up here. Oops. So I wrote, therefore the 5 key features are listed above. are here, and their values are stated.